Hello everyone, welcome back to Raspberry Rock. I didn't know that turned. That's so weird. Welcome back to Raspberry. I'm looking at my GoPro. I didn't think that was supposed to turn this little thingy on here. There's a little, okay, welcome back to Raspberry Rock. I'm Russell. And we're out there in the bush again, about to start bringing firewood. But I want to show you something that I saw. This might be the craziest thing I've ever seen in the bush. All right? I'm not even joking right now. So this is how we're going to start this video off. Hopefully it'll get less crazy as the time goes on. I'm not sure what kind of a tree this is. I think this might be American bass or balsam or something like that. They're not too common around here. You can kind of, well, there are a few leaves on it. Whoop. Got it. One of those jobbies. Anyway, I don't see too many of these. But I want to draw your attention to one over here. I was here last week, cleaning up the area from the ice storm around here, and I spotted this tree here. See that weird bend in the one? Well, it's a separate trunk, but it's the same root ball, right? So it's the same tree. I was looking at this curvy part of it and thinking, well, that would be really interesting to take that and make it into something, maybe. Of course, I wouldn't do that because it's alive, and I'm not gonna cut down a perfectly live tree just for a bendy bit. But then I was looking at something else on this tree. Take a look. Do you see anything weird about this tree? Okay, so we got this trunk coming up this side, which is really the same tree, and then we got this branch coming out here, and there's a branch coming this way and a branch going that way, and it's a bit of an optical illusion. It looks like the branches are kind of hitting each other, but why don't we see the other side of this one out here, and why don't we see the other side of this one over here? I got looking at it thinking, it's an optical illusion. I don't know why we're not seeing the rest of the branch. They're hidden somehow, right? They're hidden. That's it. Or they're broken, right? Well, take a look at this. It's the same branch. Are you kidding me? It's the same branch, guys. How is that possible? It's not an optical illusion. It's real. Crazy. How does that happen? You gotta be wrapping your heads around that for a while. I don't. That's okay. All right. American bass, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever that is. Windy today. Windy and warm. Way warmer than it looked. Like, I was inside the cabin looking out and looking at, windy and stuff, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be chilly out there. So I put on my coat and step outside and like, oh, I guess it's not that windy. Anyway, I'm gonna get to work. You guys can think about the tree with that branch. Shit. Okay, so I just did a lot of video without audio. Forgot to turn the mic on. But I just spent the last like 5 minutes cleaning off the top of this and talking about all kinds of things. Oh, what all did I talk about? So today was the first day I was able to get to town, or out to my car on the ATV. I first broke up 4 beaver dams. And yeah, I went to town. Took my trailer and I bought everything. Went to the grocery store, bought everything. $540 worth of food. And knowing that I had more stuff that needs to go in the freezer than I have freezer space for. So that's why I cleaned this off, and that's why I'm about to open it up. What else did I talk about? Damn it, Russell. Okay, well anyway, I'm about to open this up. And we're going to find no critters, no dirt, because of how I wrap this. Why is there paper towel down there? Appears I got some cleaning to do. There's a bit of a smell. That's not bad. Okay. A bit of cleaning to do. And then we turn this way around. But no critters. What else did I talk about? Alright, today's the start of the bug season. We talk about, is my hidden frame? Today's the start of bug season. Black flies are out. Thankfully, they weren't too bad because I didn't take any of my bug gear with me. And they only bothered me a little bit. So that was okay. But tomorrow, you know, it's bug net, everything. Starting tomorrow. What else did I talk about earlier? I forget. I was talking my head off. Here, watch. No clue. Okay, I got stuff to put in this freezer. Oh, here's something I wanted to mention. Last video, I don't know if anybody noticed, last video was the first video I've done in 4K. 4K resolution. I decided to make that change. I got sick and tired of the crappy codec that YouTube uses, that puts on our videos. Like, they just downgrade our videos so much. And I hated watching my videos on YouTube and thinking, that's not how that's supposed to look. This is beautiful scenery here. Absolutely beautiful. Everywhere around here. And you're not seeing it because of YouTube's crappy downgraded codecs, that shitty codecs. So I started uploading in 4K. I even doubled the bit rate on the video. So it should be a lot crisper, a lot clearer, a lot cleaner. Try and watch it in 4K if you can. But even in 1080p it should look a lot better. So give that a... And now you got to go to that little settings thing on your YouTube videos, little setting thing, and you got to click on 1080p advanced bitrate. Like that doesn't automatically come up. You just get regular boring 1080p, shitty bitrate. I don't know. Tired of that shit. But it also means I got to upgrade some stuff on my cameras. I should get a new Canon, really. GoPro does oh, is this still on? GoPro does 4K. GoPro does 4K in 30 frames per second, or 60, or 120. Canon does 4K in 24 frames per second. And for some reason, now I need a different lens because the lens is like super zoomed in now. I don't know. Anyway, talking too much now. So, nice and clean. I use Lysol everywhere. I bought stuff that I don't even have plans for. And I know City Girl will see it and she'll be like, ooh. That's exactly how it'll sound. She'll say, ooh. April 28th. And bug season has officially started. I know I said a couple of days ago that I'd seen black flies. And yesterday was like a really bizarre day. It was really windy and 2 thunderstorms rolled through here, so I didn't leave the cabin for one. So I didn't see anything. But today is, well, it was chilly this morning actually. I think it went down to 0 Celsius overnight. So I was hoping maybe that killed all the black flies around. But no, it's warming up a bit. I don't know what it is, like 9 or 10 Celsius. And they're out, and they're vicious. So 4 months of this now. 4 months of this. Summer is not my favorite time here. It should be fairly obvious why. You know, after black fly season, then deer fly and mosquito season starts. And that goes for 3 months. Yeah. Well, I'm just doing the usual. Picking off this crap that's fallen down here. I'm not filming any of it because I'm just trying to get through it. I've already done, I think, 3 trips today. I think this one's going to be my last. I'm just losing steam. Yeah, just losing steam. I don't think the bugs like this either. Sorry, I don't think the dogs like this either. Alright, I'm going to get this load in and call it a day. It's supposed to start raining in about an hour. It's Thursday. And it's supposed to start raining in about an hour. Which means I'm going to lose my sunlight anytime now. Although I don't see any clouds rolling in. I see some like high level haze. It doesn't look like rain clouds. At any rate, I'm not going to be in the bush when it starts raining. And there is a couple of projects that I've been putting off. Let me show you. First of all, look at this big, beautiful beast. This was a potato that was on the kitchen counter, like a little bit too long, right? So I'm putting that in a bucket. You might have remembered when I did that. Or did I show that? You know, I don't remember. So that's one potato plant. I'm going to put it in one of those big pots that we have out there. And then witness our tomato plants. Oops. Still getting used to this new zoom thing. Doing really, really well. These ones. Actually, this one looks like it needs a bit of water. But otherwise doing well, but I need to split them up. before they get too much bigger. In fact, I probably should have done it by now because I'm going to be harming their roots in this process. And this guy, I don't know why. And it's weird that City Girl planted a bunch of seeds in all these pots. And only one grew in this one. The other pot inside, which I'm going to bring out, nothing grew. But since we don't need 4 tomato plants, we only need 3. But City Girl wants to take one back to the city with her. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split these 4 up. 3 of them we're going to keep here, and then one of them I'm just going to pull that other tomato plant out of that other pot and replant one of these in that pot for City Girl. Not as strong as they should be, as I feel they should be. Like the limbs aren't as strong. Like they just look like they're, they'll break. And I think that's because some gardener out there can confirm this. But I think it's because, like when plants are growing outside, and the wind blows them around, they get stronger from that, right? Whereas when they're inside and they're not getting blown around, they're not as strong. They don't develop a strong core. It's nice in the sun. It's like 11 Celsius right now. Somewhere around 50 Fahrenheit, 52 Fahrenheit. But it's nice. There's no black flies here. And there's a good breeze, as you can see, to help keep them away if they decide to intrude. But anyway, I'm going to split these guys up with a new shovel I just purchased. Oh, dang it. Shit. You gotta be kidding me. Dry. Well, if they all die, then we won't have to wonder why. Fortunately, I only had one chopstick. I'd like to stand all these up with something. Chopsticks are perfect for this. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just go harvest some pine sticks and do the same I did for that plant. There you go. Put them in the sun for a while. I've got my bug hat net in my pocket just in case. They're out here. We know this might be just a little bit cool for them just yet. Oh, we're going to find out. Bit of a disaster area. I think City Girl wants to get the pots all ready for planting soon. I'm actually just looking around to see if anything is naturally growing that is like, what do they call it? There's a term for it. When stuff you left the previous year is growing. Like, are these potatoes? Because there's potatoes in here. Like, if I pull this out, am I going to find a potato? I don't know. Like, you would think that should be using a shovel for this. At the bottom of this, there'd be a potato that I didn't pick from last year, right? But I'm not finding any potatoes. Anyway, I want to use this pot for my potato, which means I want to empty most of it into something. And I don't have an empty pot other than that bucket there. So I can empty some into these ones that aren't quite full. Look at this. Yep. There's some work to do here. Yeah. Anyway, I'll bring you back when I'm finished this. So I've decided to use a different pot until I find out what's growing in that bigger one. So I emptied this one up completely. I'm just going to check the... Yeah, it's got a little thingy in here. I could take that right out, but I'd want to put some cloth over it first. And it is open, so as long as it's on the, like, it's not quite level here, so I'm going to put it on the downside, obviously. And the idea here that I've heard about is we're going to plant it right on the bottom there, and then we're going to build up the soil around it, so you get more potatoes that way. Is it called hilling? Somebody will correct me. Hilling? I'll try it. This is the tricky part, obviously. I'd like it all to come out as one big happy family, right? There it comes. Oh, that worked. Whew. That was no easy task, I'll tell you what. Now I gotta put a bunch of this back. I don't know if you can tell, but the black flies have definitely found me. Not too bad just yet. So, there we go. Built it up nicely. Oh, excellent. So, it's supposed to rain, as I said. If it doesn't, I'll come back here and water it. Well, I got some water in the bucket right here. I can just do it anyway. Yeah, all right. There we go. Success. That was one of the better transplants that I've done today. If this one dies, we'll have no idea why. It'll be a complete mystery. Oh, these bugs. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to the cabin. The thing about black flies, I know I explain this every year, don't I? The thing about black flies is they're relentless. They dive bomb your nose, your mouth, your ears, your eyes, and everything else on your head. And they're constant. Like, I don't know what they think they're doing. They just have a nuisance mode. They don't bite very often, which is another weird thing. But the whole dive bombing of the face and head is just so annoying. Gotta go in and I think that's it for my gardening tasks. I did find some pine sticks and stood up my tomato plants. I hope they survive. That was just a terrible operation, and I didn't realize how dry they were. I mean, they looked okay. The plants themselves looked okay, but I hadn't checked the soil. Super dry, and that's why I put water in them before I did the separation, hoping it would clump together better. But no, hope they survive. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I'm just going to chill and listen to rain. Peace out.